we still have the 99 Camry project that we have yet to finish. This has been a month's ongoing project. It's been going on for too long, and we have got to get the engine back in this car and get this car up and going. It's taken us too long to get it done. Life happens. Had a lot going on around here, so we are going to get this going and get it out of here so that we can get back to work on that and the 64 Comet. So we have to get our shop set up, so we got to get something out of the shop. So that's what we're here to do. I took the week off of work, and we're going to do a little videoing and show you what we did to put this 96 motor in this 99 Camry. So y'all come along. Okay, we got to film this fast so that the copyright gods don't get us. Alright, the 96 motor and the 99 motor. You have a camshaft position sensor, so you have to take the back plate off of the 99 motor to bolt to the 96 and move the sensor over. Okay, so we're just recently changed this timing belt and all this timing gear on this 96 motor. So all we did was kind of pull it off to the side, secured it together carefully. You don't want to damage your belt, just gently pinch it, but you're trying to keep it engaged so you don't have to undo everything down here. Alright, in order to make the switch from the 99 motor, there's a plug that goes in right there. I've already got it off, right there. Goes in where the distributor goes. You pull the distributor out of your 99 motor and install that plug in where the distributor went. You want to make sure that you put a little silicone around it, put it back in, torque it back in place. That's it. Alright, we're getting ready to put the valve cover back on. I see people go crazy on the silicone on these. You don't need to get carried away with silicone. The only place you need is a couple of dabs of silicone is right here where you've got the cam bumps. A little dab on either end where the cam cap goes across the cam. In those corners is where it has a tendency to leak. The rest of it's a pretty flat surface, does a good job sealing. You don't have to get carried away with the silicone. You've got to take the fuel rail off of the N96 engine and put the fuel rail on from the 99. There is not a vacuum line going to the vacuum regulator, and there are slight differences in how the fuel line connects and how it's clocked. So you got to swap them over. It's time for this baby to go back in. Come around here, grab it. Bam. Come on up. Try not to make it bounce. Alright, I think we're up high enough. Come on in.
Yep, we're good.
This thing is a very, very snug fit.
And the starter and the alternator.
It's got to go in a little more.
I just wonder how to put a V6 in here.
Very carefully. Alright, we may have to come in, go down, come in, go down.
Yeah.
So, we pulled it out with that stuff sitting right there. So, move that over. Tuck that over. We just have to wiggle it around. Come on. Let's see. Ease down on it slowly.
It ain't gonna come in no more.
It will when it comes. This is going to actually move that way when it comes down. So
Right.
we may actually have to pull.
What am I doing?
I don't know, but when I say slow, I mean careful.
Slow. Alright. You don't think he's
Come down.
Come down.
Yes, that's what it's for. You might actually pull towards you a little bit. Stop and pull towards you just there. Because as you bring the horn down, see, it's kind of like makes it go further that way. All right, come on down.
I was thinking get something on this side. Okay, come down.
Come down.
You gonna catch? Come over
All
here.
right, we'll move whatever's going to catch.
No, it's in place. I gotta unpin it. And unpin it. I don't know how to get it out of there.
Alright, well, let me come look. I'll be able to work around it because we came out wearing.
Not like this, no. Not in its current place.
Well, you gotta see the transmission mounts go do that. Alright.
Smooth. Coming down. Very, very slowly.
No, not yet. Alright, come on down.
There we go. What's that?
Just having to wiggle, squeeze it past the.
Yep.
Alright, come on.
Because we're lazy, we don't take anything else out.
Well, no. Wait a minute, we're catching on
Yeah,
something
what
over
you-
there. Stop.
The wheel's caught over there.
Wheel? It's not a wheel. It's not a wheel.
I don't know, dude, you just broke. Broke something?
I don't think we broke nothing, Ben. Just, you never put an engine in before, son. You just need to chill. Things get bumped and moved, and come on down. All right, stop. All right. Come on down.
There we go. I seem to remember this thing coming out at an angle anyway.
Yeah, it needs to. That end needs to drop in first.
Nope.
Oh, slow. Stop. It's tight fit, man. There's absolutely like a 1/4 inch on either side. All right. Come on down slowly. All right, easy. Hold up. We're off this mountain over here. And it's crooked. We gotta pick it back up. All right, hold. All right, ease it down. What in the world?
You're on this one.
But it's not even close back here. Oh, I see part of the problem. Actually, we've got the shifter in the bind. Pick it back up. Let me get
Coming up.
all right.
Good. Lovely. Good.
Get underneath. Yeah, lift it back up. Hang on, don't do shit. Don't do nothing.
Not doing nothing.
All right, ease it down right there.
Let it down.
Gently.
Kind of figured on gently. No, I plan on just slamming it in place. That's how it works, right?
Right there.
Just shoot her in there like an 8-ball.
Boom! And she's installed. She's pinned in place now. Permanent install.
All right. We're very close. Very, very close.
Hey.
You know what? It'll sit there for the moment. It'll keep it from jumping loose.
Keep it from moving around.
All right.
Just don't lift up. Come down or up. Or backwards or forwards.
Don't do nothing right at the moment. My mind's going down in here. All right, come down.
Alright.
I think it's lined up. Gently come down.
Yep, I got you. Coming down now.
She's home.
She's on?
She's home.
She's home.
Won't let off on it. She's sitting there.
Gotcha.
We made it.
Holy mackerel. Coming down.
Feel it taking the weight again.
Yeah.
I gotta find the right bolt that goes in here, but that held it pinned in place. That's where I can get the right bolt in there.
Alright. Installed. One more time.
as you can see, we got the motor dropped back in. We got it to test fire. One quick test fire. One thing I forgot to cover and just wanted to go over real quick was, set that out of the way, we went ahead and changed this water neck where the upper radiator hose connects right here. We changed that off the 99 onto the 96 and went ahead and installed the coil. Had to figure out what we were going to do about this air hose because the 99 air hose was rotted off right here where it attaches to the intake manifold, and they have a tendency to do that. So we went ahead and did that, replaced this hose off the 96 and connected it over to the this is kind of a muffler box, I believe, what it works as, to kind of quiet down some of the intake noise. And we went ahead and replaced the rear heater hoses, and boy, I should have ordered those off of Rock Auto. They skinned me alive at the O'Reilly's the other day. 2 molded hoses were $72 for 2 5/8 heater molded heater hoses. I almost when they told me how much it was, I almost just ordered 4 or 5 feet of 5/8 heater hose and ran it myself. But I said, no, let's go ahead and put the correct stuff on them, and we went ahead and did that. So bad as I didn't want to, but basically what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make sure that you keep all of your bracketry from the later generation and all of your sensors, and just transfer all of that stuff over to the 96 block. So with that, we're going to get back at it. We've got some things we got to undo and redo because I didn't like how they turned out. So we're going to get to doing that and finish getting everything hooked up. My axle's back in it and see if we can get her to drive today. Alright, well, we worked most of the day and we got everything hooked back up as close to factory as you can get when putting a 96 motor into a 99 car. We are about to do the first crank, first official crank. Last night we just burped it off to make sure we had everything hooked up, but we are about to crank it up for the last and hopefully final time of having to tinker with it. So let's see what happens. We have a door chime, that's a good sign. Oil light went out. Check engine light. And I also have something unplugged. Just found it. Been burning, all my fingerprints are burning off. It's aromatic. Alright, I'm gonna pull this in gear so we can move. Tires are moving. Alright, so far so good. Come back in a few minutes when we drive her. Alright, here we go. Maiden voyage. Let's see what happens. Got a full tank of gas. It's running halfway on the temperature. It's the first time this car's been moved from that spot in about 9 months. Just because life happens. You can even hear the rust scrubbing off the brake drums and shoes. Glass needs cleaning bad. Transmission shifted. Mirrors that work. Oh, that's nice. That is absolutely nice. A little jittery, but it works. Swing around here. Take it easy on her. Speedometer's acting wonky. Odometer's going in and out. I don't know what that means. Huh. Tachometer still works. Still no speedometer. I don't know. Got me. Maybe something happened to the speedometer head. Sat too long. I've checked fuses, connections. Shaking one of the tires. That could be from sitting so long. It could be square. Drive it on a hot day and they may loosen up. Okay, we're back at it again. Today we're going to go over a couple things that we found wrong during the test drive. We went over and we talked about we had no speedometer and we had some check engine lights. Well, I put a scanner to it and it turns out that if some of those were pending emissions codes from when we fired it up, and there were some sensors that I couldn't get to when we did the quick 10-second test fire without the manifold and all, tripped some codes, pending codes in the computer, got those cleared out, and it also had an active code for the vehicle speed sensor. So I did a little research. That sensor is supposed to be the same sensor from 92 through I think think it's 2002 or 3. So I have another transmission with a sensor, with a good used sensor. It was working before the crash anyway. So we're going to try that sensor and see if that'll fix our speedometer problem. And we're going to get into why we have an oil leak. Remember where we talked about the distributor plug that goes in? You take the distributor out of the 96 motor and you put the plug in from the 97 or 99. Well, the plug is leaking, so I've got to pull that back out, clean it back up. No big deal. Everything's right here on top. Nothing to it. So we're gonna get it tore down and get into it. So. Okay, now we got the air box out of the way. Sensor is located right there on the back of the transmission. As you can see, it's pretty grimy. I knew it was pretty grimy when I put it in, but I figured it'd be okay. It was working before, but now it's not working. So we're going to get that all cleaned up and pull that sensor out and put the one that was a known good sensor in place. So alright, let's get set up and get that done. Okay, it's only one bolt that holds it in place, and you just give it a little twist and it'll pull right up out of the transmission. You want to take some brake clean around it because you don't want to get any trash down in your transmission. So got it pulled up, and I have the good use sensor already pulled out. I already looked down in the connector, got it all cleaned out. The plug on the vehicle, I checked to make sure that there's no oil in it. You want to make sure that your connectors don't have oil inside them, because sometimes that can interfere with the signal back to the computer, and the computer does not like a corrupted signal. It will kick out a code, and sometimes it won't work. Your whatever the component may be, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a intake air temperature sensor, or in this case the vehicle speed sensor, or mass airflow sensor. If there's something inside that connector besides corrosion, motor oil can cause it. So you want to make sure that your connectors are clean and dry, and if you want to put anything in them, you need to pack them with dielectric grease, which will actually promote electrical connection. You can buy it at part stores. It comes in a little tube. It's what you call spark plug boot grease. A lot of times what they sell there at the counter, you can get it in a little packet. It's a little cheaper that way. You can use that. It's no problem. It's the same stuff. So alright, we're going to get this swapped out, and we're going to see if that fixes our signal back to the dash cluster, so we can get a odometer and a speedometer working again. Okay. Alright, it seems that it is now receiving a signal. There it goes again. First time I tried it, it worked. So, signal, sensor did not fix it. Signal from the sensor apparently was not the issue. We must have a dash, either a cluster problem, or there could be a broke wire problem. So, let's dig a little deeper. Alright guys, we're going to close out Project Camry. The goal of this project was to install the engine from the 96 into a 99 Camry, and we've been able to successfully do that. Told you everything you needed to do. Main thing you need to keep in mind is everything on the working 99 you need to make sure you keep up with and remember how to hook it back up. The speedometer issue is something new to this car. This car hasn't been put on the road since I've owned it, so this could have been a pre-existing condition that we didn't know about because the engine was bad and we really didn't drive it very far or very long. So with that, I do appreciate everybody coming along to watch, And we've got some other projects, as you can see right here over my shoulder, and that are soon to be up and coming, a little more inspiring, a little funner than a 99 Camry, but there may be somebody out there that needs to get one of these going. And of course, don't forget, we also brought the 1964 Mercury Comet. That's coming up. So that said, this thing is finally moving again and out of the shop, and we can get to work on some fun stuff and bring you some really good content. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I really like it when you comment. Ask me some questions, anything you want to know. If I have the answer, I'll give it to you. So thanks for coming along. Have a good day.